Alright, so I wanted to do another video quickly on Roger Stone. Well, Roger Stone just got arrested today by the FBI. The FBI went in early in the morning, before the sun came up, to a person that's been a political servant for many, many years. This guy worked for Nixon. He worked for Bush. Not Bush. He worked for Reagan. He worked for Nixon. Maybe Bush. I don't know. But you know what? I know for sure he worked for Reagan, and he worked for Nixon. He goes way back. This guy was arrested today like a common criminal, like a drug lord. The FBI burst into his house with riot gear on. This isn't a criminal, violent criminal. This isn't a guy who does drugs or shoots people. This is completely uncalled for, what they did to him. It's really unbelievable. So I'm going to just read you the story quick, and then I'm going to interject here and there. Okay, the story is this. Roger Stone, a former longtime confidant of Donald Trump, insisted Friday afternoon that he is innocent of a string of criminal charges brought by special counsel Robert Mueller, and he said he would never falsely accuse the president of anything. It seems that they want to falsely accuse him of something. Now, Robert Mueller is the special counsel, and the FBI does what he says, I guess. Now, I know Robert Mueller is not the FBI director. I'm not sure who that is, and I don't understand all this because, as far as I know, the President of the United States controls the FBI. It controls the Department of Justice, which controls the FBI, and then there's the Attorney General, who's the head of it all. And all their boss is Donald Trump, the President of the United States. I don't understand how this can be done without his knowledge or approval, but they went in this morning, arrested him, banged on his door, pulled him out of his house in his pajamas. Okay? And this is not a violent criminal, not a drug lord, whatever. They just pulled him out of his house, terrorized his wife and his dogs, and of course him, threw him in jail. And guess what? CNN was there. They were there before the FBI got there. Who told CNN that this was going to happen? Either CNN has a mole within the FBI, or the FBI called CNN and said, "Hey, guess what? We're gonna go raid Roger Stone, the Trump buddy. So let's go. I know you hate Trump, so hey, CNN, let's go in there and I'm going to tell you about it so you can get a scoop." All the CNN reporters and cameras and everything were set up before. And you know, it takes time. People, it takes time for a news organization to get there, set up the cameras, set everything up. It takes a while. They were there. They were there before the FBI got there. That's collusion. That's not right. It's got to be a law broken there. The FBI can't just call a news organization and say, "Guess what? We're gonna go arrest somebody. So you get there and we'll check it out." CNN is well-known Trump hater. Everybody knows CNN hates Trump. And this Roger Stone that was arrested today is a Trump supporter. And the FBI and the liberal side, they don't like Trump. And they don't like Roger Stone. So what is this? And what is this about? It's about something about the emails on a server. They say Stone helped Russia get the emails or somehow helped out. It's all ridiculous. WikiLeaks is the one that got the information. WikiLeaks got the information. They got all the emails, Hillary's emails, and they're the ones that brought the emails out. It was WikiLeaks, Julian Assange. And all the emails prove that Hillary did a lot of bad and illegal things. Do they go arrest Hillary? No. They went and arrested the guy that they think leaked Hillary's emails. Now, if that isn't the left going after people, I just can't believe it. Now, President Trump put out a tweet today, and he basically said, you know, this is ridiculous. This is not right. This is a witch hunt. Now you can go look at the tweet yourself. I'm trying to find it right here. Right now I'm looking through the internet to find it, but it's unbelievable. It really is. I'm sure I can find it here. Okay, this is President Trump's tweet today. Greatest witch hunt in the history of our country. No collusion. Border coyotes, drug dealers, and human traffickers are treated better. Who alerted CNN to be there? Now that's President Trump's tweet today, the 25th at 11:16 a.m., just after Roger Stone was pulled out of his house like Gestapo. Just like Nazi Gestapo. That's what they used to do. They'd come in the night and they'd pull you out of your house. And that's what they did to Roger Stone. The FBI did that today. So, going back to the story quick, I'm just going to read it quick. You've probably already heard about it, but if not, okay, Roger Stone, a former longtime confidant of Donald Trump, insisted Friday afternoon that he is innocent of a string of criminal charges brought by special counsel Robert Mueller, and he said he would never turn on the president. He walked out of federal court today after appearing in front of a judge hours after FBI agents raided his home with guns drawn and arrested him in his pajamas on charges of lying to Congress and witness tampering. Well, lying to Congress and witness tampering. You know what? Okay, that is against the law, but that's not drug dealing and you know, it was ridiculous. Okay, Stone was released on a $250,000 bond, and he addressed some of the supporters outside. When he got out of the court, he came out and he said, "I am falsely accused," while protesters around him shouted, "Lock him up." Now, the left, liberals, they say coexist. They say free speech. They say you should be able to be heard. Yet, this guy just gets out of court, Roger Stone, he wants to make a statement. He stands in front of everyone with some microphones and he wants to say his piece. And the liberals and the left people are out there chanting and screaming so no one can hear him. Well, you can't have it both ways. You can't have your free speech and say what you want, yet you're going to scream and chant and yell over the top of people who want to talk. At least listen to the guy and listen to what he has to say. You don't have to agree with him. You don't have to like him. But you know what? You should at least listen to him and not stand there like a bunch of apes and scream and yell. Idiots. So at least listen to him. Let him finish. Then, you know, go ahead and yell or whatever. All right, I will plead not. Roger Stone said, I will plead not guilty to the charges. He was trying to shout over the protesters. I will defeat them in court. I believe this is a politically motivated investigation. Now, yeah, of course it is. Now, who controls Robert Mueller and the FBI? Guess what? It's the deep state. The deep state is a secret group of people that controls the world, basically, and they control a lot of the United States. Now, Donald Trump is not a deep state person. He's trying to work against the deep state. The deep state doesn't care about you. The deep state owns the Federal Reserve. Now, I'll give you a quick information about the Federal Reserve. There's nothing federal about it. It's been private since, 1913. And they print all our money. They make all our money. They print it out. Then they loan it back to you with interest. One man tried to stop them. John F. Kennedy tried to stop the Federal Reserve. He printed his own money. I've got one right here. I've got one right here. In fact, I'll try to dig it out for you. It's kind of buried. But he printed, John F. Kennedy printed our own money, not his own money, our own money, United States, and it's called a United States note. It's right here. I don't know if you can see it. Hopefully you can see it right there. You can look at the top. It says United States note, 1963, okay? John F. Kennedy printed this out. And he did it because then we wouldn't have to pay interest on it. And he did this to free ourselves from the Federal Reserve. Well, guess what happened to John F. Kennedy? Everybody knows what happened to him. So the deep state Federal Reserve has deep ties with the most powerful men in the world. I don't know. Does it go? It goes right up to the Rothschilds. I think they're at the top. Maybe not. Some people say it's the Vatican. They are the Jesuits. They are at the top. I don't know. I think the Rothschilds are at the top. I really do. But why don't you put it in the comments who you think controls the world? Is it the Rothschilds? Is it the Jesuits? Is it the Vatican? Who do you think controls the earth? There's a lot of pictures of Rothschilds poking at Prince Charles, poking him, and obviously he controls them. So, getting back to this Roger Stone story here. Let's see. He said, "There is no circumstance whatsoever under which I will bear false witness against the president, nor will I make up lies to ease the pressure on myself. I look forward to being fully and completely vindicated." All right, so what he's saying is, he's saying in a roundabout way that the FBI and the Justice Department and Robert Mueller is telling him basically to lie and to make up stories against Trump so he will go free. So they'll leave him alone. He's not going to do that. That's how I read that. This is my opinion, my conjecture. I'm not making any threats or any kind of statements. It's just my thoughts, conjecture, theories, however you want to put it. That's my theory on it. And they went in like Gestapo and pulled him out of his house and arrested him. It's just unbelievable. They came in, they said, "FBI, open the door, we have a warrant." So at least they didn't go and break the door down. They shined tactical flashlights in his face, and they took him away in his pajamas. Terrorized his wife and dogs. There were 29 agents there. 29. How many do you need to arrest one old guy? He's got to be 70. Easy. 70-something. And then they erected a tarp outside the front door, forming a covered corridor for removing evidence to wait. So they went in and ransacked his whole house, took all of his paperwork, took all of his computers. They also went. I guess he's got an apartment in New York, and they went in Manhattan apartment and they seized his computers and paperwork and all of his files. So they went in and took everything too. They got a warrant to go in and basically turn his life upside down, take all of his personal possessions, all of his items, and check him out. Mueller asked the judge Thursday to keep Stone's indictment sealed until his arrest, arguing that law enforcement believes that publicity resulting from disclosure will increase the risk of the defendant fleeing and destroying or tampering with evidence. So that's why they wanted to go and Gestapo him, because they think he would destroy evidence. Listen, XYZ companies, if he had any evidence, it would have already been long gone. Is Trump 100% perfect and without any fault? I doubt it. But I do believe he's done everything within the law, and he's careful about that. And he has lawyers and advisors that tell him what to do. And sometimes maybe those lawyers and advisors don't tell him what to do properly. I don't know. It'll all come out. But again, you got to remember, the deep state is against Donald Trump. They don't like him. They're going to do everything they can to go after him. All right. He appealed for cash, saying expecting his defense costs to reach $2 million. So he set up. Looks like he set up a website where you can go in and donate to his cause. And it says here, Grant Smith, an attorney for Stone, said in a statement that the indictment is a clear attempt at silencing Roger. This was an investigation they started as about Russian collusion, and now they're charging Roger Stone with lying to Congress about something he honestly forgot about, and as Roger has stated publicly before, he will fight the charges. He has told prosecutors repeatedly that there's no Russian collusion, and the prosecutors have never charged him with that. Roger Stone is vindicated by the fact that there was no Russian collusion. Roger Stone received no materials from WikiLeaks ahead of the public release. So WikiLeaks, like I said earlier, WikiLeaks released all this. They didn't just give it to Stone. They wouldn't do that. Julian Assange would never do that. He just puts his information out to the public right away. Let's see. Sounds like Sarah Sanders reacts to Roger Stone arrest. White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders insisted that the Stone indictment has nothing to do with the president and certainly nothing to do with the White House. White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders insisted that there's nothing to do with the White House or the president. Sanders suggested that prominent Democrats and Obama administration officials have been guilty of crimes for which Stone has been charged. But they're liberal Democrats, so they won't go after them. I think the bigger question is, if this is the standard, will the same standard apply to people like Hillary Clinton, James Comey, Clapper? Will we see the same people we know have also made false statements? Will that same standard apply? So she's saying all these people have made false statements and none of them have been arrested. House Judiciary Committee Chairman Representative Gerald Nadler, a New York Democrat, tweeted, Roger Stone and all this, did he know? Whatever. I'm not even going to read that. Feinstein, of course, says something. And basically he said, I will never testify against Trump. Now, he can take the Fifth Amendment. He doesn't have to. He can be silent. Remember, your Miranda rights. You can remain silent. What you say, it can and will be used against you. So if he wants to remain silent, he can. I will never testify against Trump. This statement was recently made by Roger Stone, essentially stating that he will not be forced by a rogue and out-of-control prosecutor to make up lies and stories about President Trump. Nice to know that some people still have guts. I tell you, that's true. Roger Stone's got guts. He's going to stick up for his president. He's not going to lie. It's really easy to lie. Look at that woman with the glasses. What was her name? Ford or something? With her big glasses. Oh, I got glasses too. I shouldn't be talking, but she was stood up there and she, with her smart glasses, and just lied about Kavanaugh. It was all lies. You know, she was there 36 years ago. Yeah, I don't remember. I know that he was bad to me, but I don't remember anything else. I don't remember who was there, where I was. But I do remember that he was bad to me. That's there. You got all of her testimony in one nugget there. And she was paid a lot of money to do that. And that's the truth. You can look at her GoFundMe page or whatever it was. She got tons and tons of money for sitting there and lying. And that's my opinion. All right, so Stone also said that Mueller is a runaway special prosecutor who is accountable to no one. My testimony is both accurate and truthful, but I'm not even allowed to have a copy of it, he protested. Let's see. Jay Selikow, an attorney who represents the president in matters related to the Mueller probe, said Friday in a statement that the Stone indictment does not allege Russian collusion by Roger Stone or anyone else. Rather, the indictment focuses on the alleged false statements Mr. Stone made to Congress. Well, that's what... As Stone makes his court appearance, another Trump ally, former campaign chairman Paul Manafort, will also be appearing in Virginia courtroom. Manafort has also been jailed for conspiracy. Well, I didn't know that. Is facing new allegations that he lied to members of Mueller's team while cooperating as part of his plea deal. So it's all kinds of this or that. It's unbelievable. Here's another tweet by Donald Trump here, our president. The Roger Stone report on CNN is false. Fake news. Have not spoken to Roger in a long time. Had nothing to do with my decision. So that's what happened today. I just wanted to basically reiterate that he was arrested by the FBI, and what really gets across in me is that the CNN news was there waiting for the FBI to go in and arrest him. Who at the FBI told CNN about it? I'd really like to know. Are there any laws being broken there? Oh yeah. There has to be. There should be an investigation on how CNN got that information, and whoever gave it to them, they should be arrested, as far as I'm concerned. Because that stuff is supposed to be secret. Right? Isn't it? Alright, so that's the end of the video. I want to give a shout out quickly to my sponsor, which is ProXPN. Now, I just want to give you a quick information about that. It's a virtual private network. Alright? Do you need one? Probably. What does a virtual private network do to you? Do for you? It protects you. If you're online anywhere and you're doing banking, or you're on Facebook, or you're anywhere where you're using a password, those passwords can be intercepted and they can be used against you. They can go in your bank account, take all your money, whatever, credit card information. But if you go through a virtual private network, all this information is protected. So everyone should probably have a virtual private network. And my sponsor, ProXPN, is one of the best. I checked them out. I use them myself. ProXPN is a great virtual private network. It protects you, protects your information. No one knows who you are. No one knows where you are. And yes, it costs you a little money, but if you want to be safe and secure online, 100% of the time, you should be surfing the web, signing on to Facebook or your bank account through this ProXPN virtual network system. Now, go to the description of this video. There will be a link to ProXPN and a secret discount promo code. If you use this code, I can get you at least, I think, 50% off or more on the normal price. So don't go to ProXPN directly. Go through my link in the description and use my secret promo codes, and you will save up to 50% on the service. You got to try it. There's lots of things it can do. You can surf safely and anonymously. Also, if you're at work or at a hotel and you want to get around blockages, it gets around it. So if you want to watch a movie on your break at work or at lunchtime and your server at work blocks you, go through your ProXPN virtual private network, and then you can watch your video, do whatever you want. Plus, when you go through the virtual private network, then all your passwords and everything are secure and safe. So, again, check out the description on that. And with that, I'm going to sign off. So, hope everybody's good. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and like this video. Go ahead and throw a comment in there, good or bad. Comments are always good no matter what. So take care, everybody. Chemtrails MN signing off.